Good morning, my loving Tiffany Thinks family. Today is PET scan results day, so we'll figure out what the next step is and what the plan is. So that's what's happening today. We're going to have breakfast. Matt's at home. We're going to go to the hospital together. I've got the We Got This t-shirt on today, and I always say whenever we go to the hospital we've got to wear the We Got This merch. There's always a link down in the description box below. They're super cozy, I love wearing them, and I also think if you know someone that you think needs a We Got This energy, please get them one. I am hungry. I didn't get the best sleep. Let me put you down so I can have a little catch up. I didn't get the best sleep last night. I don't know, I kept having to pee, so I kept waking up to pee, and then you know when you get back into bed it's really hard to sleep, and so I didn't have the best sleep. I am very, very hungry, so we're gonna have half-boiled eggs or soft-boiled eggs, whatever you like to call them. I like calling them half-boiled eggs, and then we're gonna dip our bread in the eggs. If you watched my last video, then you know that we went to Blue Water and I got these little egg cups, so we're going to use those. Matt said this is me and him because there's brown and white eggs. That's really fun. That's actually really funny, darling. I'm gonna put those eggs in there. So Matt does 5 minutes, I do mine in 5 minutes and 30 seconds.
Do you?
Yeah. I am so hungry. We also have a little bit of Amma's samba left, so we're going to have that with bread. And what else? Do you want a cup of tea as well, darling?
Yeah, probably.
I haven't been having a coffee, and I think... Oh, we also have mangoes. We can have a little bit of mangoes as well. Also, in regards... you can see my darling. In regards to... the blister area, I'm not touching it, so the patch is still on there. I put a new one this morning, but it's definitely better because it's becoming scabby. It doesn't look nice, but it is what it is. It's better than when it was all disgusting looking. I prefer the scab. If you haven't watched my last video, what's that noise? If you haven't watched my last video, these are the egg cups. I absolutely love them. They're from Oliver Bonus, and I'm going to wash them before we use them. It comes with 2, so one for Matt and one for me. And I just love the colours and the print. It's so lovely, isn't it? It's green and We Got This blue colour. I love that the colour goes all the way around, and it's, oh, I love it. Right, let's wash these. I'm thinking I might keep them, but I might, after we use them, just put it back in the box because it just keeps them safe. Oh, the alarm's going off. This is the best bread from M&S for toast. Wow. I think it's a flower.
Whatever you want.
I love it. Like that.
You need salt.
Yeah. That's perfect eggs, that.
I haven't had that for ages.
This is great breakfast. This is good.
Boiled egg, yeah.
We have a little bit of time before we need to go to the hospital. Matt has gone to get his hair cut. I feel like this morning we've been very much go, 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 go. When we sat and had breakfast was so yummy, by the way. Runny eggs and half-boiled eggs, and then you dip your bread into the eggs. Oh, it's so lovely. We don't have it a lot, but when we do have it, it is very, very yummy. We were just having a little chit-chat, and we were saying that we know what to expect. We know that they've got a plan. We know that there's a treatment option, and we just have to listen to them. So I feel really kind of good today because finally we get a plan, because it's been a few weeks where it's been a bit of where we're just waiting around, you know, waiting around for scan results, waiting around for them to have the MDT meetings, for them to come up with a plan and the best plan for me. And I know so many of you have said, Tiffany, ask for this, and Tiffany, ask for ablation, ask for surgery, ask for this and ask for that. Thing is, I'm under the best care, and these doctors deal with cancer every single day. They've specialised there. This is what they do. So I'm not going to I don't have the experience, and everyone's body is different and everyone's treatment plan is different. So I'm going to go in today with an open mind and see what they think is what they know is the best for me. So I'm just going to be strong, and we know that it's most likely going to be chemo. We just don't know what the plan is, how long it's for, what this PET scan has come back as, because they wanted to make sure that PET scan lights up when there's cancer cells in the body. So I guess by having the full body scan, it will show if there's any other areas that have been missed by the CT scan. And yeah, so today is going to be a very important day, because it's very much the plans for the next kind of couple of weeks, isn't it? Months, I don't know how long for. I'm just drinking my coffee. Matt did latte art on it. I have been trying to perfect it, the latte art, and I know why. I think I make the milk, so when you're steaming the milk, I do it for a little bit longer because I like extra hot coffee. I like having it really, really hot because I like sipping it, whereas Matt will make it really kind of warmish, but then the consistency of the milk is better for latte art. So yeah, it's yummy, 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 yummy. I feel really, really good today, and everything's out of my control, you know. I'm doing everything that makes me happy. I'm trying to kind of have a new outlook on what's going on. Initially, I felt really upset and really emotional, and you would have known if you watched my videos. I've been a bit all over, but today I feel quite strong, and I think it's because finally we kind of know what's going to happen and what the aim is, and I know things are going to be okay in the end. You know, Matt said something to me and it always kind of sticks in my mind. This is kind of short term. What we're having to deal with is quite short term. We're going to look back on this day and think, wow, I can't believe we went through that, and we're going to come out stronger. You know, all of this is going to build me up as a person and make me appreciate every single day. I don't understand why things like this happen, not just to me, but to the world. There's so much going on in the world, and there's no real answer to why. We just have to kind of take each day and know that life on earth isn't forever, and we have to endure hardships to appreciate the good. So that's kind of my attitude today. I want to be strong, and I want to take on all the information. I want to speak to the doctors. I want to understand what's going on, because my last appointment I was in utter shock. I didn't take anything on. All that was going on in my mind is the 2 areas in the lung has grown, and then there's a new area in the lymph node as well under the collarbone, and all that kept going on in my mind in my last appointment was underneath the collarbone, and everything else felt like a blur. And it was so good that we got the doctor to print out all the information, because where I blank out, everything feels, I come out of the appointment and I'm just in shock. I'm going to get the doctors again today to print out every single thing, just so that if I need to look back, or if I do have a blanking out moment or a shock moment, it's okay, because I've got everything in writing and I can look back and read and do my own research if I need to. So I'm definitely going to do that today. It's really crazy that we're having to go through this again, because I did think it was all over, and I did think this year, because you all know I love Christmas, don't I? And I genuinely thought we were gonna not have anything cancer related for this Christmas time, and I wanted to do something big this Christmas, because past 2 years, so 2 years ago, I had my pelvic exenteration surgery and I was in hospital over Christmas, and it broke my heart, and I just couldn't believe it was over Christmas Day. But it was okay, you know, I knew that it was going to pass and I was going to have loads of other Christmases not in the hospital. And then last year I was recovering from lung surgery. So this year I just wanted to have a little break, but it is what it is. I'm still going to, you know, I'm not going to allow this to take over. I'm still going to do what I do and just take each day. I'm going to still see my friends. I'm still going to celebrate Christmas. I'm still going to do what I love. And the thing is, I don't want this to take over again, and I think that's my mindset. I feel very much I've been through this before. That's my mindset. That's my mindset. I've been through this before. It's going to be another hurdle that we're going to have to overcome, and just pray that this is the last hurdle. And we got this. We got this, you know. I just need to tell myself that I'm not the only person going through hardships, and in life we're all having to deal with our own battles, and this is my battle, and this is my story, this is my life. And you know, this is the only aspect in my life that things are really unpredictable. Every other aspect in my life, I'm so blessed, because I have the most loving people around me, and I love my life, you know. And I say this to my friends, and they don't, not many people understand when I say I love my life. I genuinely love my life. I wouldn't change anything about it. It's just this health part that I need to kind of overcome, and I'm going to overcome. I have to, I have no choice. So it's just going to be a little bit more of this cancer journey, and then just need to just remember there is going to be an end point. I don't know when, but there will be. And I think it's so nice that I'm not crying, because the past few weeks I have been crying. I couldn't talk about it without having tears in my eyes. So I'm glad that I feel like I've accepted what's going on, and let's clean the kitchen. I'm going to just put things in the dishwasher where we had our food bits. I'm going to put everything in the dishwasher and get ready to go to the hospital. I'm glad that Matt's gone for his haircut, because that's going to make him feel like him, you know. And you know how us girls will get our nails done or get our eyebrows done and we feel like brand new again. That for Matt, when he gets his haircut, it just makes him feel like himself. So I think that's a good way to start the day. I get really happy when we kind of empty out the fridge and eat all the food in the cupboards, because I just feel like nothing is going to waste. That makes me really happy. If you're not drinking water, make sure you do so. I think where it gets a little bit colder, and I feel like I'm gravitating to drinking more, what's that noise? I'm gravitating to drinking more kind of peppermint tea and tea, so I need to remind myself to drink a bit more water. These mangoes my friend gave us, I'm gonna have this later when we come back from the appointment. I'm gonna cut those up. They're gonna be delicious. I also have a blood test, so I've got my blood test appointment today as well. I think they're checking, you know, my CA99 markers. I think they're the tumour markers. Last time it was 266 or 22, what was the exact number? It was in the 200s, so it was very, very high. So I think they're checking that again today. It's either 226 or 266. I can't remember, it's on the paper. I wrote it down. So it was a lot higher. So I think that's why they're doing the blood test again today, just to check what that is. Hopefully it doesn't go up higher. I remember when I was diagnosed, that number was very, very high, that tumour marker number, but then it went back to normal and now it's up again. So I'm glad they're checking everything over. Got loads of knots in my hair. Haven't brushed my hair in a while. I haven't put on makeup on my face in a long time just because of this area, which is nice because it just means my skin gets a break from makeup. I'm using, I've been using this, you can see, really coming to the end of it, it's right at the bottom, the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream. I don't know if I would repurchase this. It's nice. It's really nice to wear underneath makeup, but on the days that I don't wear makeup, I like my face to be, I like that glowy, oily look. And this is nice for underneath makeup, but I don't think it's good as an everyday moisturiser. I need to get the Kiehl's one. I used to love the Kiehl's Day Cream because my skin is quite dry. So, oh, the sun's coming out. Yeah, my skin is quite dry, so I need all the moisture in the world. I'm thinking I will need a thicker moisturiser for where the weather is a little bit colder as well, so I'm thinking I need to get a really nice thick moisturiser. I've got loads of messages and WhatsApp messages that I need to kind of reply back to from family and friends. I'm just waiting because everyone wants to know what the results are, so I'm just going to reply back to everyone after. So that's okay. Initially, I didn't want to tell everyone what's going on just because we've been on such a high with the engagement. So initially, I just wanted to process all the information. And then I realised you need to talk to your family and friends. And I know for me, I'm really good at blocking things out. But this time, it's been quite difficult. I feel I've learnt a lot from this experience. I love that the sun's coming out, by the way, it's making me very happy. I've learned a lot from this experience, and I've learned how to talk about what's going on and allowing people in. Before, I would really struggle to allow people into my life, and I wouldn't want to talk about me. I don't want to, I don't know why I was like that. I think growing up, I've always learnt to deal with things on my own, and I've always been that way. I just feel, even with all the things I've gone through when I was younger, I would never call my friend or call a family member and tell them what's going on. Instead, I would want to just have a laugh and just block it out, I guess. But I've realised that's not the best way. I guess that's a good thing, because now I really do listen to myself and I understand and I allow myself to feel, you know, to feel rather than block out. I think it might have been a coping mechanism growing up with so much going on, whereas I've always been, oh, don't worry, like keep it in, block it out, and that's not good. Sorry, I've just gone on and on and on. I'm just talking at you. I'm just telling you what's going on in my mind. I feel like I've been talking quite a lot. I think it's because I don't want to be in silence, so I've just been talking at you. Yay, Matt's home. Oh, what did you buy? I have been talking so much. Oh, she dropped some oranges. I've been talking so much to fill the silence. Your hair looks lovely.
Nice, isn't it?
Yeah, I really like it. It's fluffy. Right, what did you buy?
Frozen blueberries.
Frozen blueberries. Yeah, frozen blueberries. Ooh, what's this for? Wraps
Dinner,
and pizza.
probably tomorrow night.
Nice.
And lunch.
Nice. Yeah, should we take this for the car?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's take some oranges.
Dinner tonight.
Chicken.
And potatoes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stocked up.
Stocked up. I was just saying, I love when the fridge is empty, and I love when
Really?
we eat all the food. It just feels good, you know? You know when you're not wasting food and you just think, right, everything's being eaten. Matt and I, we're quite good at eating at home, and we're so good at, we don't waste food. And Matt taught me that, actually. He's really made me realise that you've just got to eat everything in the house. Like, don't waste the food. So I'm very good at making sure. And I always kind of plan, before I buy anything, I'll plan the week and think, right, we're going there that day, so we don't need that, we don't need this. And the only thing we always stock up on is milk. Milk, we go through milk. Huh? Milk, yeah, and chicken too. But milk we buy all the time because Matt and I, we both drink tea, we both drink coffee. Oh, it's nearly hot chocolate season. You know what that means. Your girl doesn't like hot chocolates, but we'll try all the hot chocolates in the world just to make sure. Oh, the best one was Crête. That was the best hot chocolate, the one in France. If you ever have a chance to go to France and you don't go to Crête, you have to stop over and dip the croissant in the hot chocolate. Oh, I want to go back to Paris just for the hot chocolate and the croissant and the baguettes. That's it. The sun's out and we're on our way to the hospital. I'm gonna have my little orange. We are 1 minute away from the hospital and we're gonna park at the back just because it's going to be the front. Oh yeah, the front of the hospital, just because I'm sure there'll be parking spots there, so we'll park there today. Can you see it? It's just there.
Whereabouts?
Just
At the front?
over there, yeah.
First or second?
The second. I'm glad we came here because there's quite a few spots
This one?
available.
Or this
Yeah,
one?
just here.
In here?
Can you see?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, loads of spots today. My phone is going off.
Is that?
It's just everyone checking up to see the results. I am going to reply back, but not now. I'm just going to go and get the appointment done and then reply back to everyone. Right, ready to go in?
Yep.
I am going to ask about, I know some of you, oh look at that bug, darling.
Inside or outside?
It's outside. It's huge. There's a bug outside of the window. I'm going to ask about, if I am going to have chemo, I'm going to ask about the, you know, the cold cap. Because some of you told me to ask about it, so I'll see what they say. I don't know how much that's going to help with my hair, but I might as well ask and see what they say. We don't have that many questions this time going forward, just because we're going to find out what's happening and then we'll kind of stick to the plan that they give us. I wouldn't wear these shoes when it's raining, but they're very, very comfortable.
Is it good, yeah?
It feels nice. Yeah.
Like at the back?
It's nice. It's like wearing
Does it feel
slippers.
like it's gonna fall off now?
No, no. Does it look like that on the back?
Nah, but it's really
No, it feels fine.
nice.
When I first wore them, it felt weird, but now it feels okay. Going in. Oh, sorry, sorry. Hiya, I have an appointment today. Not yet. Yeah. We'll just wait. I should have brought my book. You know my...
Weird room, isn't it, with the sound?
There's no sound because it's soundproof. Do you know this makes it soundproof? These little... Yeah. It's nice though. There's no echo. But it feels very quiet, doesn't it?
What's up in the next floor?
That's the research area.
Is it?
Yeah. So patients can't go up there.
Ah. That's for like what, students or something?
Like a research area, yeah. Staff. Oh yeah, I'll talk about that now actually. For those of you that asked me if I'm volunteering, no, I'm not at the moment. I took a break, and I think right now I need to get myself back to health again, and then I'll come back and be a volunteer again. They're so understanding, and I just needed to take a little break, and that's fine. But it is something I do want to continue when I'm better, just because I feel when you've gone through this, and I feel with what I was doing, it was taking people to where their appointments are and just having that little chit chat in between, and it just makes the experience, because I know what it's like going into an appointment on your own, or if you're lost, the hospital's quite big, so going from different areas on your own when your mind isn't really thinking about things and you're a bit all over the place. So that's what my job was, to kind of take people to their department or their appointment, whether it's chemo or blood test or radiotherapy. So that's kind of what I was doing, and I will do it again. It's just I've had to take a little break. So I know some of you asked me if I am still volunteering, but I'm not at the moment, no. But I will go back. Blood test time. Let's go.
They say, oh yes.
You told me, she said you've got a prick, and you said no, I don't.
Yeah, there's a bit of confusion because they think I have a PICC line. So I think, because even the lady in there said, where's your PICC? Do you not have a PICC
I
line?
reckon it'll be cancelled on Thursday, you know.
Until that's
Unless they
done.
do it, well, can they do it very quickly? Like, what, just put it Tuesday and do that Thursday maybe?
No idea.
Mm,
Unless you can do chemo without the PICC line.
I don't know.
I don't know, we'll find out.
Yeah.
Blood pressure, height and weight done. So now we need to wait on the doctors. Might have a little nap then. Thank you. Okay. In this room, we're in.
So they see you first?
No, you can sit there.
No, I want to see
Okay.
you first.
Sit.
Get the patient on there.
Doctor will sit over there. It's okay because we know what to expect. We know what's happening. Nothing's going to be a shock today because we already know what's going on. Well, we'll find out for sure with the PET scan results, but we kind of get the gist. Imagine they said nothing popped up. That would be the best case scenario. Imagine they said there was a mistake and everything's clear. Imagine. Do you remember when I said have low expectations? That's not low expectations. I said to Matt, I've got sweaty armpits, and Matt says he always gets sweaty armpits when he comes in. We both have sweaty armpits right now. It's the wait. I hate this waiting part. You know when you're... Oh, sorry, I thought that was the doctor. Yeah, you know when they tell you to wait in the room and then the doctor will come in? I think that's probably the worst time. I think my back is also getting sweaty. We're back now and they've given us all the information. So it's essentially on the PET scan, the 2 lung areas popped up, and then under the collar, the lymph node also popped up. Well, 3 cancerous areas, but they're going to put me on chemo, which will be, I think, next week, because they need to book me in for a PICC scan. For a PICC line in my arm. So I've had it before. You remember the wires that hung up? I've had a port and a PICC, but the PICC is just can be done a lot quicker, so we're just going to go for the PICC option with the wires out of my arm. Had it before, so it's okay. So they've given me the wash, you know, before the actual procedure. Thanks, darling. Before the actual procedure, I just need to do all of this, and then I'm on a chemo drug that's called, I'm going to be on three chemo drugs, two which is called Folfori. Last time I was on Folfox, do you remember that, which gave me the neuropathy? So this is Folfori, and she said it's better to kind of change the chemo that I was on. It's just better. So Folfori, so that's that, Folfori, and then another drug called Vectibix, panitumumab. It's targeted panitumumab. So that's targeted therapy drug. So the aim is they're going to do 12 weeks. So every other week will be chemo session, and then I'll get Baxter. Do you remember Baxter? I don't know if it's exactly the same or if it's a different one, but I will have a little bottle that will come home with me, and it'll stay with me for 2 days, and then I have to come back to have it removed. So if you remember Baxter from the time I had chemo before, I wonder if it will be the same bottle. I won't know. It probably will be the same thing that I carry home with me. And then in 12 weeks they'll do another scan and just make sure that things are getting smaller. Hopefully, pray to God that it gets smaller and it vanishes and it disappears. And if not, they'll do kind of radiotherapy or ablation. So there's options, but right now we need to have chemo done quite quickly, because we need to, they said that not all the scans might not pick up everywhere, so they need to do chemo for the whole body. So that's the plan. And you know what, Matt and I, we've been prepared, so nothing was a shock today. Really, nothing was a shock, and we knew this was coming up because the doctor, you know, another doctor, if you watched my video on no biopsy, more chemo, question mark, a doctor had already kind of called me and gave me a little warning saying you're probably going to have chemotherapy and no biopsy. So we kind of already knew the results, but this was better because we were both dreading. We were just thinking, imagine the PET scan come back with results more spread, or you know, that would have been the worst case scenario today if it had spread or shown up somewhere else, such as the liver or another area in the body. So to be honest, this is good. Nothing has changed really. We just have to sort out these three areas. They're thinking it's the spread from the initial cancer, so it's actually spread from there. So that's kind of where they're going with all of this. So let's get the PICC line sorted out, which I will get a date for. We'll get the PICC line, then we'll start chemo. They've referred me over to the wig specialist people too, so that's going to be done. Hair will come back, so this is literally to get rid of the cancer, so that's priority. That's priority. And I've had time to process, you know, we both have had time. I'm just grateful that the doctor has already kind of warned me, so nothing today has been a shock. So yeah, I'm gonna go and get some din-dins. Are you hungry? I'm happy with chicken at home. Chicken wraps.
Potatoes.
Chicken potatoes and wraps.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go home. We've got food at home that we need. You already went food shopping, didn't you? I forgot to say as well, I asked about the cold cap and they said for the chemo Folfori, it doesn't really work, the cold cap, so that's not an option, which is fine, because I know some of you told me to ask about it, so yeah, that's okay. So I guess next week we'll have everything booked. So I think this week will be the she said this week or early next week will be the PICC line, and then next week will be the chemo. So, and what about the consent? What does that mean? Do we just need to sign?
Consent to treatment.
Oh, right. She said, yeah, you need to sign the consent, but she goes, we need to do that next week. So I was a bit like, oh, all right, so that makes sense. Consent is the form. Oh yeah, I think I had it last time. I think I signed something last time.
Yeah, probably would have. So once every 2 weeks.
Mm.
And then what? Every week to flush out the PICC line, is
No,
that right?
every 2 days to remove the... Oh, is it to do that as well? No.
Once a week to flush out the...
I thought every 2 days. So when you have the chemo, then you come out to remove
Go
the
back
back
2 days
stuff.
later, yeah.
And then they'll flush it out then. Port is better because there's no wires hanging out, but it just takes longer, and you know, the whole process of getting the port in, I think there's a bit of a wait, so we just need to get on with having the pick. I'm going to do it on this side this time. I had the port this time.
Is it 6 sessions?
6,
Yeah.
so it's 12 weeks every other, so 6 sessions then a scan. I'm kind of glad it's not FOLFOX because that's when I had really bad neuropathy, and she said that you don't want to have the same chemo for the cancer. You need to change things up and change the combination and things. So Fulfuri and then Vectibix. This looks worse because the patch is peeling off, so it looks like I've got a dry patch. Did you watch Austin Powers? Do you remember when he used to pick his dry skin and eat it? Who was it?
Oh my god.
Did you watch it? Oh, who was it? This guy.
Yeah. They're evil? Huh?
I can't, Mr. Evil. And then he'd do this. I think where we're so hungry, everything sounds delicious. What should I do? Chicken and potatoes?
I'm definitely making potatoes anyway. And then tomorrow we'll put them in the air fryer.
That's what we like to do when we do potatoes. Well, when Matt does potatoes, because he's the best at doing the best creamy potatoes.
Tonight's gonna be baby potatoes.
Ooh. So Matt will do a big batch, and then whatever's left over, we'll put it in the air fryer the next day, and it's so nice and crunchy, and it's just unreal. We love potatoes. To be honest, Matt introduced me to potatoes. I never used to love it this much. I used to eat chips, and Amma would make potato curry, but the way Matt does it completely different, and it's just so delicious. We are home now, and we're gonna have dinner. We're having chicken in the oven and wraps, potato, nice and easy, relaxing dinner, cozy dinner. I was just thinking, right, today was actually a good day because the news that we got was news that we kind of already knew. I know they kind of confirmed what's going on, but it's everything we already knew. There was no new information, right? So this is good news. At least it hasn't, sometimes...
Sorry.
No, sorry. Sometimes when we get a PET scan, it could light up anywhere, right? It could have been somewhere else and somewhere we weren't familiar with. So this is really good news that it's just 3 different areas. It's confirmed, and now we just move on, we do the treatment, we get on with it, and then it'll be a tick, 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 it'll be done. So I'm actually very positive about it this time. I just think it's so tiny. They can sort it out, chemo will help, and then if they need to zap it out, do ablation or radiotherapy or surgery, you know, there's options. So we just have to be positive and just pray that this chemo, imagine the chemo is enough. I don't know if that's the case, but we'll just have to be really positive about this. So excited to have dinner. What are you having for dinner? Let us know. Potatoes, I think, will be boiled and then go in the oven as well. So yummy, yummy, yummy.
Potatoes aren't going in the oven.
Are they not going in the oven?
Not today.
Where? Are you just boiling them?
Yeah.
Okay, we're not having oven potatoes, we're having boiled potatoes, which are yummy. The baby potatoes, so boiled, salt, pepper, butter,
Yeah.
yummy. I'll show you little snippets. I took little shots of Matt preparing the chicken and the potatoes, and he's going to do some peas as well. I know some of you asked me to include it in the video, so I'm going to try and be better at when Matt does nice dinners and cozy food that I like to eat. I will try and do a bit more if you like to see it. I know some of you do, some of you don't. I'll just try and include some in these vlogs. I also need to do it when Amma cooks as well. Loads of you asked me for Amma's little recipes and things. I guess over the next couple of weeks I'm gonna be spending a lot of time with Amma and Matt, so I'll include their cooking bits and bobs. And when I do food bits as well, I'm not as good as Matt and Amma, but when I do food bits as well, I'll include it in the vlogs. I like watching other people's foods and eating, and so I understand that some of you might like it too. Right, I'm going to set the table up for dinner. We still have about 20 minutes, so the potatoes are boiling. I'm just going to kind of clean up, just clean the dishes again and just do all that.